Because you got to go in there spiritually aware, bro. You got to go in there knowing how to lucid dream or astral project or meditate or reach a higher level of thinking, or to make your soul basically leave your body, bro. That's the only way you're gonna get out of jail. That's the only fucking way, and all that shit is possible. Look up astral projection. All of that shit is possible.
Yeah, I'm a big sleeper. I lucid dream.
Yeah, you lucid see, and bro, that's the point I'm trying to get to. Like when I was in jail, I got to the point of learning how to astral project. I got into the point of learning how to meditate. I got into the point of learning how to see which energies I'm using in my body. I got into the point of knowing all of that shit. I'm like with like this, and this is just something that's available to anybody. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm putting everybody on beat that should practice this shit, because bro, I don't think it's fucking fair that nobody's getting a chance because they don't know this shit. Pay attention to that shit. You are the key. You are the key. Nothing else is the key. The law of attraction at its finest will always work with the human mind. Anything you want, you can attract. You are the key. You can be more successful than I am. You may have more energy than I do. I am nothing special. I'm not a very outside social person. I'm not the type of person to spend hours at the beach. I don't really go to the mall. I don't browse, man. I don't go around the city just looking for something to do. I just sit home and think and manifest, pretty much. That's all you're gonna realize life is doing. Because the more you're out at these parties, you're just spending all your energy, and you're gonna realize you are, as a being, are energy. So the more you give foolishness or any sort of distraction your energy, you can't manifest on anything that you want. So anything, like as far as a music career, as far as if you're a football player or a boxer, you gotta manifest all that energy you have into one thing, and that's how you become successful. Some people give in the distractions as far as Twitter, or as far as distractions, as far as females or drugs in themselves. It's just all draining their energy, pretty much.
Yo, I'm about to be teaching y'all how to astral project, and I'm about to teach this as simple as possible. I'm about to give y'all my year's worth of understanding of this specific topic in under 10 minutes. Alright, so let's get into it. First things first is, if you're having sleep paralysis, it's because you're on the borderline of astral projecting. It's not because there's a demon that's sitting on your chest. It's not because there's a demon making it happen. It's not because of anything of that nature. It's simply because you're on the verge of astral projecting. Straight up. And how do I know this? Because when I first started having sleep paralysis, probably about 10 years ago, I would say, probably about 2 or 3 years after I started experiencing this shit, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is it? I'm gonna start research, and that research eventually led me to astral projection. So this is how I know. Alright, so I'm gonna give you the explanation on what you need to do if you're already having sleep paralysis in order to turn it into astral projection. Alright, so if you're experiencing this sleep paralysis shit, right? And you're trying to move, and you're scared, and you're freaking out, you're hearing these rushing noises, you're feeling these vibrations, you're feeling all these sensations that you should not be feeling in this reality, this physical form. These feelings that are completely foreign to you. You've never experienced them. They're just happening to you, right? So what you would need to do at that point is go online and look up astral projection exit techniques. There's various techniques you would need to do when you reach this sleep paralysis state. One is, I'm gonna give a few. There's this rope climbing technique where you pretend there's this rope that is literally just hanging above you, right? And then you would imagine what it would feel like to be climbing this rope. Imagine the sensation you would feel of reaching your arm up and then putting the other arm on top of it and then pulling up. Imagine what your body would feel like while doing this. And you imagine this with your eyes closed. It will eventually lead to you astral projecting. You will be outside of your body. Your consciousness will be outside of your body. That's just one exit techniques. If you want more, you're gonna have to look it up your damn self. I'm not gonna teach y'all niggas everything. I'm gonna just give y'all the shortcut to shit, you feel me? How to experience astral projection if you're not experiencing sleep paralysis would be to first, you have to learn to induce sleep paralysis. And I'm gonna give y'all the shortcut to that too. Don't even worry about it. So to induce sleep paralysis, first thing you're gonna wanna start doing is meditating. Meditating is gonna give you pretty much the shortcut to inducing sleep paralysis, you feel me? I don't want y'all just jump into it. Oh, I'm going to bed and I'm an astral projector. Like, no, don't approach it from that way. Approach it as if, you know what I'm saying, you're this Buddhist monk and you gotta go on this whole entire journey before you reach there. But don't worry, the journey won't even be that long for a lot of. So it depends on who you are. So what you're gonna want to do is start meditating. See if you could start off with 5 minutes, then go to 10. Once you get used to 10, go to 15. Once you get used to 15, get to 20, and then just keep going till you could at least go to 30 minutes. And while doing this specific meditation, you're gonna want to pretty much, you're gonna want to get to the point where you don't move at all, not even slightly. Ignore all sensations that tell you to move, because your mind is going to, when you're in meditation, you eventually get to a point where it almost becomes uncomfortable for you not to move to another position, for you not to scratch your leg, for you not to do anything that involves moving. Like, your brain will start to send you signals during meditation, especially if you're laying on your back meditating. It'll start sending you signals. It'll be like, wait, is he awake or not? Let me send him the signal real quick. Your brain literally will do this. It will tell you your arm is itching. It will start creating an itching sensation on your arm that will become unbearable to the point where you need to move and scratch it. You start feeling, oh, my leg and my ankle is itching. You see random itching type shits that will start sending to you. You have to ignore that, because if you ignore it, your brain will be like, all right, he passed the test. He's actually falling asleep. He's going to sleep. So it's almost as if it flips a switch and your body will shut off. You won't be able to access it, but your mind will still be awake. Your mind will still be active. That's the challenging part, because your mind could also fall asleep with it. But if you keep your mind awake, right, you're going to get to the point where you're pretty much, you're in a state where you're not really supposed to be at, because you done tricked your mind. You done tricked yourself into thinking it's actually sleep. It's not. So said your body shuts off. That's where you're in sleep paralysis. You start trying to move your arms, your leg, whatever, it won't work. That's what you're reaching for. That's why when I tell people, sleep paralysis is simply the beginning stages of astral projection. And then from there, you do what I told you to do in the beginning of the video. There's the rope technique. That's just one of the exit techniques. I don't even use that. Me personally, I have used that before, but I just imagine what it would feel like to roll out of bed. I don't physically try to do it. Again, I imagine what it would feel like. And then how do you know you're successful? A lot of times it'll feel just like you just woke up, like you're actually awake, 100% awake. You may not even notice the difference in the scene, you feel me, in your room. You're not gonna notice a difference. So what you're gonna want to do is look back and see if you can see yourself on your bed or wherever you are meditating at. But there's times where you're not gonna see yourself. What you're gonna want to do at that point is try jumping up and see if you come down. Sometimes you jump up and you start floating down. You want to do stuff like try putting your arm to the wall. A lot of times that won't work because you're still in the mindset of laws of physics, physical reality. You still have that mindset. So a lot of times these type things won't work. Try flipping the light switch on and off. These are what are called reality checks. You'll hear this term used a lot of time in lucid dreaming videos, lucid dreaming topics. You want to do a reality check to make sure, because I'm telling you, bro, it's so close to what you experience in waking reality to where you a lot of times cannot tell if you succeeded or not. That's why in your dreams you don't even realize that you're dreaming most of the time. You're going about things as if they're actually happening. You're getting chased by somebody that's trying to kill you. You're going to handle that situation as if it was actually real. Meanwhile, you could just be on some Green Lantern shit if you're at that point to where you have full control of your mind, to where you're just like, nigga, I'ma create my own gun in my own hand and shoot that nigga, or I'ma shoot these Kiba as Kamehameha, Dragon Ball Z style, and just kill this nigga. Oh, I'ma summon a lightning blast on this nigga. You feel me? If you were at the point where you knew, wait a minute. There's been times I've done this. There's been times I'm like, wait a minute. I'm sitting here in school, and I'm 23 years old. You feel me? It'll be stuff like that. Like, while I'm in school, at the lunch table, with my niggas, and I'm 23? What? Sometimes I realized that. You feel me? So I was like, wait a minute, this don't make no sense. And I start talking to people around me. I'm like, yo, this ain't even real, bro. They're like, what are you talking about, nigga? You tripping, nigga. What do you mean? Like, I'm like, nigga, watch this. Oh, this is real. Okay, I'm gonna fly out this bitch. Food to the roof. Went on about my day. But went on about my day in a way that isn't possible here, but it's possible there. You feel me? There'll be times you can be like, all right, for example, I'm like, man, I feel like going to the beach. So I flew upwards, and I had in my mind, yo, by the time I look back down, I'll be at the beach. So I did that, and boom, I'm at the beach. Blue water. Best looking beach I've ever seen in my life. But I experienced it, you feel me, in a way that isn't possible here, but it's possible there. So, and if you're wondering, lucid dreaming and astral projection are the same thing. Astral projection is when you get to the lucid dream by way of what I just spoke about for a good 10 minutes, you feel me? It's how you get to the lucid dream. But instead of being in the dream, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I'm getting chased by a monster. Monsters ain't real. This is a dream. That's how lucid dreaming is done normally. But there's other ways to go about lucid dreaming. Astral projection is simply another way to go about lucid dreaming. I was on a Von 2 Cut video arguing with niggas that don't know what they talking about this exact topic. They kept telling me that they're different because Von 2 Cut said they're different. But the thing is, Von 2 Cut has only been woke for a year. Von 2 Cut has not had 600 plus lucid dreaming and astral projection experiences. Understand? I have. I know what I'm talking about. They're the exact same thing. They take place in the exact same realm. And there's no difference other than how I got there. Like I said, lucid dreaming is, oh shit, I'm getting chased by a monster. There's no way this is real. While astral projection is me deliberately closing my eyes with the intention of going to the same place where dreams happen. Now, after editing this thing, I've come to realize that I did not explain to you guys why you would be doing the meditation from 5 minutes all the way up to 30. Once you feel like you can meditate for 30 minutes easily, and easily ignore the sensation to move your physical body. Once you get to that point, a lot of times you're ready for the next step. So step 1, you learn how to meditate up to 30 minutes without moving, and you're able to do it comfortably. Step 2, you're going to want to learn how to do that while you're tired. If you can learn to do that while you're tired, yeah, you're definitely going to get to where you're trying to get to, which is, you feel me, the astral plane. Which is the world you go to when you're sleeping, which is the world you go to when you experience these dreams, you feel me? So, there you have it. Alright, and the reason why they hide this from us is very simple. It's not really that elaborate at all. It's not really that hard to put together once you've experienced it. Alright, so once you've experienced what I'm talking about, eventually thoughts will start coming to your mind of, well, dang, if I can do this, wouldn't that mean that I have 24 hours in a day of being awake? What could I do with 24 hours of being awake? And not only that, what if I had 8 hours a day where I can do anything I want to do? Wouldn't that take away from this entire system that we're living in currently? Think about it. Why would I need to pay good $1,500 to go to Disney World when I can simply close my eyes, relax, and be at Disney World? Why would I need to pay for this giant mansion when I could just close my eyes, relax for a little bit, and be inside the mansion of my dreams? So that is why when you're a kid and you start having these elaborate experiences that don't make any sense, that are just too out of this world, and you start telling your parents about it, that's why they say, oh, that is just a dream. Understand that is why. That is exactly why they tell you that it's, oh, just a dream. That's why it's always important to put that, oh, it's just a dream. It gives it the air of it's not anything that's important. So pretty much you're in a world where you are God. So why would people that plan to control you want you to know about that? So imagine if we lived in a world where from birth we were taught to control this power, to where, oh man, I had such a hard day. Let me just relax, close my eyes, meditate, and be somewhere amazing. Why would they possibly want you to know that? Imagine the things you could get done in 24 hours. If 8 of those 24 hours took place in a world with no time, on some Dragon Ball Z hyperbolic time chamber type stuff. Imagine that. It makes sense why they would want to hide this from us, right? It's pretty much a superpower that you have that's right in your face. And you didn't even know it. You couldn't even tell. Oh, I'm existing in this world where I could fly. Oh, no. It's just a dream. See? Instead of telling you, oh, no, you're flying because you're in a world where anything you could think of is possible. Understand? That's why they hide this from you. And it makes sense why in the past they were able to do things that we can't do now, such as build pyramids. No, we're not even going there. We're not going there. We done. But I think you guys get the point. I think I brought it home correctly. But by now, you should understand what sleep paralysis is, what lucid dreaming is, and what astral projection is. And you came out of this video a lot more educated than you were going into it, I'm pretty sure. So, because this is a good 8 to 9 years of experience talking right here. Experience, research, book reading. I just condensed it down pretty low. So yeah, hopefully you guys can succeed in this. Hopefully you can get to the point where you can, you know what I'm saying, you could do Naruto Razengans out the palm of your hand. You feel me? You could shoot, you know what I mean, Kamehamehas and all that out your hand. You can know what Goku feels like. Hopefully you can get to the point where you can start creating your own action movies. You feel me? You can pretty much, you feel me, start doing all the stuff you see in movies and anime. Hopefully y'all can get to that point, because like I said, it's possible there. Not only that, you can meet your favorite characters. They exist there. You can meet your favorite characters. Pretty much anything that the human mind has ever thought of exists in this place. It's a place of ideas. It's damn near imagination land from South but on crack. It's like I said, anything that your mind can think of there. It's like you turn into like Green Lantern, to where like depending on how strong his mind is, depends on how strong his powers are. You feel me? You know how, remember how Green Lantern first got there? He couldn't create nothing. He couldn't really, you feel me? If you know the Green Lantern origin story, it's kind of like that. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And I apologize for going this deep, this long. Some of you guys may not mind me talking this long. Some of you guys like to hear this type of stuff, which is good. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here, because I think I drilled the point into your heads. I'm out. So when I came, we do this shit, man. We out here. If you got to the end of the video, comment LLJ 444. What 444 means, don't worry about it.
Because you got to go in there spiritually aware, bro. You got to go in there knowing how to lucid dream or astral project or meditate or reach a higher level of thinking, or to make your soul basically leave your body, bro. That's the only way you're going to get out of jail.